9 young hikers entered the snowy mountains. Only their footprints remained. Their tent was cut open from the inside. More than 60 years later, the mystery is still unsolved. What really happened on Dyatlov Pass?
Welcome to Mystery English. Learn English through real mysteries from around the world. Listen carefully, learn new words, and enjoy today's story. Let's begin.
Today, we travel back to the winter of 1959. Our story takes us to the snowy Ural Mountains in the former Soviet Union. The weather was freezing, the mountains were quiet, everything looked peaceful, but something terrible was about to happen. A group of young hikers began a winter expedition. They were strong, they were well trained, they had climbed difficult mountains before. They knew how to survive in cold weather. Their journey was supposed to be another exciting adventure, but they never returned home. When rescuers finally found their campsite, they discovered something strange. The tent was empty. Warm clothes were still inside. Food was still on the ground. The hikers had left in the middle of the night. Even more surprising, the tent had been cut open from the inside. Why would experienced hikers leave their shelter in freezing temperatures? What frightened them so much? No one could answer these questions. As the search continued, the mystery became even deeper. One by one, the hikers were found. Some were wearing very little clothing, some had serious injuries, others were found far from the tent. Every new discovery created another question. Investigators searched for answers. Scientists studied the evidence. Writers, historians, and researchers have discussed this case for decades. Many different theories have been suggested. Some people believe it was an avalanche, others think powerful winds caused panic. Some even believe there was a secret military test nearby. But no theory explains every detail perfectly. Even today, people around the world continue to ask the same question. What really happened on that cold winter night? In today's story, we will follow the hikers step by step. We will look at the facts, we will examine the evidence, and we will explore the most popular theories. Remember, this is a real historical event. Some facts are confirmed, some ideas are only theories. As you listen, try to decide for yourself. What do you think happened? Now, let's meet the 9 hikers who began this unforgettable journey. In January 1959, a group of young hikers prepared for a difficult winter expedition. The leader of the group was Igor Dyatlov. He was 23 years old. Igor was an experienced hiker and a student at the Ural Polytechnic Institute. He loved adventure. He carefully planned every detail of the trip. The group included both men and women. Most of them were university students or recent graduates. They all enjoyed hiking in the mountains. They had completed many difficult trips before. This journey was one of the highest levels of winter hiking. Only skilled hikers could take part. The group was friendly and worked well together. They trusted one another. They laughed together. They shared food, stories, and songs. Before leaving, they told their families they would return in about 2 weeks. No one imagined this would be their final journey. On January 23rd, the hikers left the city of Sverdlovsk by train. Everyone was excited. They took photographs during the trip. They smiled for the camera. Their journals described the beautiful snowy landscape and the fun they had together. These photographs and diary entries later became important pieces of evidence. One member of the group, Yuri Yudin, became sick during the journey. He suffered from pain in his legs and back. After careful thought, he decided to return home. It was a difficult decision. His friends continued without him. Yuri was the only member of the original group who survived. Years later, he often said he wished he knew what had happened to his friends. The remaining 9 hikers continued toward their destination. Their goal was to reach Torten Mountain. The journey would take them through deep snow, thick forests, and freezing temperatures. The weather became colder each day, but the hikers remained confident. They had warm clothing. They carried food, tents, cameras, maps, and skiing equipment. Everything seemed ready for a successful expedition. None of them knew that history would remember this journey for a completely different reason. On February 1st, 1959, the hikers reached the eastern slope of a mountain called Kholat Syakhl. The name comes from the language of the local Mansi people. It is often translated as Dead Mountain. Despite its name, there is no evidence that the hikers believed the mountain was dangerous. Because of legends, they simply chose it as part of their planned route. The weather was becoming worse. Strong winds blew across the open mountain. Snow filled the air. The temperature dropped far below freezing. The hikers had planned to reach a nearby forest before making camp. The trees would have provided protection from the wind. However, they stopped on the open slope instead. Experts still discuss why they made this decision. Some believe they wanted to avoid losing altitude. Others think the worsening weather made it difficult to continue. As evening arrived, the group worked together to set up their tent. They dug into the snow to create a flat place for camping. Then they placed the tent on the hillside. Inside, they prepared for the cold night. They organized their equipment. They changed into warmer clothes. Some of them wrote in their diaries. Others took photographs. One of the final photographs shows the hikers working in heavy snow. It is believed to be one of the last pictures taken before the tragedy. As darkness covered the mountain, the wind grew stronger. Outside, the snow continued to fall. Inside the tent, the hikers likely talked about the next day's journey. Everything seemed normal. No one knows exactly what happened after that. There were no survivors to tell the story. At some point during the night, something caused the hikers to leave their tent. What that something was remains one of the greatest mysteries in modern history. The mountain became silent once again, and by the next morning, the lives of all 9 hikers had changed forever.